5 total picks for the Chicago Bears in the 2024 NFL Draft. Damien, your initial thoughts?
I think this was a home run.
Yeah.
We knew Caleb Williams was going first overall. But to get my wide receiver 2 at pick 9, Rome Odunze, to add, as an X receiver to Keenan Allen, who you was able to get from the Chargers, to now you add him to DJ Moore, who you got from the Panthers last year. The Bears are building kind of a powerhouse right now. DeAndre Swift in the backfield. Caleb Williams is walking into a great situation, and I just love what this offense could potentially be in 2024.
Yeah, there were a lot of conversations with where Rome Odunze stacked up, really. Was it Marvin 1? Is it Middle League Neighbors 1? And teams out there that we spoke to as far as how do those guys shake up? And Rome at 9, to where he could have potentially gone in the top 5 if a team really loved him there. So 1, 9, home run, and then they add a guy moving into day 2 in Karan Omega-DJ from Yale, one of the premier tackles in this class that hasn't gotten a ton of attention, obviously suffered an injury earlier in the season that ended his campaign early. Small school kid, would have loved to see him potentially at the Senior Bowl or at Shrine, but just a kid that also can come in and start potentially right away and compete with Braxton Jones on the left side of the line of scrimmage and protect Caleb Williams' blind side for the future.
Athleticism, he can get out of the blocks with quickness. Yeah. He has like 36, almost 37-inch arms, 80 with 2+ wingspan. Yeah. He has all the tools, right? Now you just got to get him on the field, once he's like fully healthy, ready to go and practice, and just kind of watch that natural development. And at some point, I do believe the Chicago Bears are going to find him and place him in that starting lineup. And then that offensive line will be solidified.
Yeah, we talked about adding additions on the outside, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and now Rome Odunze. But they drafted Darnell Wright last year. Yeah. And then you add a guy like Karan that can compete right away and start for you. But I want to talk about a guy that they traded up for on day 3. Traits just dripping off of this kid's frame. There were a lot of talk whether he should have declared this year or stayed until next year. But Austin Booker out of Kansas, someone that's going to learn behind a guy like Montez Sweat on the Chicago front 7. Long, physical, athletic, high motor type of athlete. Talk about Austin Booker. We saw him at the Senior Bowl. For Chicago Bears fans out there that weren't able to watch him in the Big 12 this year, what are the Bears getting in a guy like Austin Booker off the edge?
Tough, gritty. I think a lot of times when we pair prospects to teams, we also have to kind of pair them to the city. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching him at the Senior Bowl kind of go through the motions, learning on the fly while he was there. But it was after practice, right? While everybody else doing the media stuff and going to the bus, he was working on the field goal post, on his hand movement, on his counters, on his rush plan. And I just remember, and then some of the other guys followed suit as the week went on. So you saw that natural leadership with him as well. Quickness, explosiveness, and there's counters there in the bag that he can consistently develop. I think they got themselves a steal with Austin Booker.
I agree. I love his game. Another guy they took before Austin Booker in the 4th round, punter Tory Taylor out of Iowa, the highest drafted punter that we've seen in the NFL since 2012, broke the single-season punting yardage record in the history of college football in 2023. And what better spot would you want to be in? You're a punter in Chicago with that wind coming off the lake. This kid's going to kick it potentially goalpost to goalpost and be able to, in all seriousness, be able to flip the field for the Chicago Bears, where special teams can be a weapon, whether it's a guy we've seen in Baltimore over the years with a guy like Justin Tucker, or even the Raiders when they took Sebastian Janikowski in the 1st round years ago. He is a punter at the end of the day, obviously, but Tory Taylor, heck of a young man as far as the cannon for a right leg, Australian, but overall, great for the Chicago Bears. 5 picks, impact players, of course, at 1 and 9. What are your overall thoughts and your overall grade for Ryan Poles' draft haul here in 2024?
I give him an A+. The first 3 picks, I loved. Moving back up for Austin Booker was big, right? Because he can learn from a Montez Sweat. So I think this is a team that we definitely want to keep our eyes on. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch in 2024.
5 impact players for Ryan Poles' draft haul here in 2024. A key season for the Chicago Bears and head coach Matt Eberflus.